Geothermal heat pump. Is it right for UWC's new dorm? Wait, we're getting a new dorm?
Yeah, right here on the tennis courts. The dorm will even have AC.
Awesome.
Well, there goes my free sauna. Action.
Man, feels like a sauna in here.
I know, dude, it's so hot.
It'll be the second dorm to have AC, which means that they'll have to purchase a giant AC unit for the new dorm. This AC unit will be purchased with student housing fee. The dorm will also be integrated into the campus-wide boiler heating system, meaning more coal will be needed to heat an extra dorm. And more coal means more pollutants.
With the campus's current boiler, coal is burned year-round to heat water and make steam. This steam is sent around to all campus buildings, providing heat and hot water. It has to run year-round in order to provide hot water, which is hugely inefficient.
Well, is there a newer, more efficient space conditioning system?
Spatial conditioning? Whoa, that's a fancy word.
Well, it just means that the air is either being heated or cooled. Get it? You're conditioning the air.
But the audience still needs to know. Will these two lost souls discover a more efficient spatial conditioning system? Let's find out.
Science Club! Yes, use the Earth as your resource through geothermal heat pumps. GHPs.
What's GHP, Science God?
Well, it starts with the sun's rays, which heat the Earth's crust. Only 50 feet below the Earth's surface, the ground temperature remains a steady 50 degrees year-round, even in Wisconsin. By pumping water through vertical coils, heat is transferred from the soil into the water until the water reaches the ground temperature of 50 degrees. The water then passes up through the coils into a heat exchanger. In the heat exchanger,
water passes through coils, which go through a refrigerant solution. The refrigerant solution has a low boiling point and easily evaporates into a gas. The gas then travels through a compressor, where it then will gain heat. As it gains heat, it hits these water coils here on the other end, and as the water gains this heat, the refrigerant condenses back down into a solution, and the heat then travels out the other end of the heat exchanger to 110 degrees Fahrenheit.
What was that?
The main concept here, heat exchanger. Heat comes in as 50 degrees, leaves as 110 degrees by simply compressing a gas.
this compression can be demonstrated by a bike pump. Oh, it's warm.
Compression. This heat gain is used to provide hot water and heat during winter months. So that's how a GHP unit can heat a building, but how can it cool a building?
It simply reverses the process, transferring heat from the building through the heat exchanger, and the heat exchanger then pumps the warm air back into Middle Earth.
Go.
The heat exchanger this time acts like an aerosol can. Decreased pressure means decreased temperature. Oh, it's cold.
So what you're saying is with GHP, in the winter we are moving heat from Middle Earth to our buildings, and in the summer we are moving heat from inside the buildings down to Middle Earth. Meaning a GHP unit does the job of a boiler system and AC unit.
You got it, boys.
How do we know the GHP heating and cooling process is environmentally friendly and economically feasible when compared to a boiler and AC system?
Interesting. The elixir of geothermal knowledge.
Yep. Of course global warming is real. Yeah, hold on. Hey, do this up for humans! Look out, we're getting through.
Oh! I see!
After drinking the elixir of knowledge, a vision of a study came to me. A study conducted by the Oak Ridge National Laboratory for the Department of Energy monitored 50 schools in Nebraska, with 4 of them spatially conditioned by GHP units. Of the 50 schools, only 5 consumed less energy year-round than the best-performing GHP school. However, these 5 schools cooled less than 10% of their total floor area in the summer months, while the GHP schools cooled 100% of their floor area. All things considered, the 4 schools run on GHP units used approximately 26% less source energy per square foot of floor area.
After taking into account soil composition, temperature variability, building insulation, and occupant body heat, the researchers accurately predicted total energy use per year to within 1%.
Those 4 important variables are soil composition, temperature variability, building insulation, and occupant body heat.
No, Mom, I didn't. Hey,
That really does a number on you.
In another study conducted by the Energy Center of Wisconsin, they measured total GHP energy usage per month in order to determine the rate of return. The rate of return is a percent that shows how fast one gains their initial investment back.
In this particular case study, schools garnished a 15% rate of return. This means that the schools would gain their money back in 6 to 10 years. This range of uncertainty is due to the price of coal, gas, electricity, and the initial cost of the heating and cooling unit.
GHP spatial conditioning systems have both an environmental and economic advantage over traditional boiler and AC systems, although GHP units will increase UWEC's electricity usage. UWEC has signed the American College University President's Climate Commitment. This commitment is an agreement between schools nationwide to reduce their carbon footprint. UWEC can make good on their promise by implementing a GHP unit in their new dorm.
What can I do about it?
What can we do about it?
What can we do about it?
Well, you can contact Christina Hupy, who is in charge of sustainability initiatives. You can also contact Chuck Major. Listen to the man himself.
At any time, I'd be happy to, as the chairman of the committee, receive student input.
Take the initiative and lead the way!